Jurassic Park sparked a worldwide dream. What if dinosaurs walked the earth again? Imagine looking out your window to see a herd of Triceratops grazing peacefully, or a massive T-Rex roaming a protected reserve. This scenario has fascinated us for decades, but is it just a fantasy, or could science actually make it happen? Today, let's explore the reality behind cloning dinosaurs. Could we really bring dinosaurs back to life, or is this science fiction destined to stay on screen? Part 1. Understanding cloning first. We need to understand cloning itself. Cloning isn't as exotic as it sounds. It's a real scientific process we've already accomplished with modern animals. Remember Dolly the sheep? She was cloned successfully back in 1996, and since then, we've cloned dozens of animals. Dogs, cats, horses, even endangered species. Cloning involves taking DNA from an animal, placing it into an egg cell stripped of its own genetic material, and then growing that egg into a new, genetically identical animal. Simple enough, right? Part 2. The problem of DNA. So, why can't we clone dinosaurs? Well, here's the biggest issue. DNA. To clone anything, you need viable DNA, not fossilized bones or teeth, actual intact DNA molecules. But DNA is fragile. Over time, it breaks apart and deteriorates. Dinosaurs died out 65 million years ago, and unfortunately, DNA doesn't last nearly that long. Scientific studies show that DNA, even under perfect conditions, breaks down completely after roughly 1 million years. To date, the oldest recovered DNA is around 2 million years old from Ice Age animals preserved in permafrost. That's impressive, but nowhere near the age of dinosaurs. So those amazing amber fossils with mosquitoes from Jurassic Park? They exist, sure. But sadly, they don't contain usable dinosaur DNA. When scientists tested insects preserved in amber, they found DNA, yes, but it belonged to bacteria. Fungi, or the insects themselves, not dinosaurs. Part 3. Could we find dinosaur DNA somewhere else? What about fossils? Fossils are just rock-like replicas of bone, formed when minerals replace organic material over millions of years. They contain no usable DNA. A fossil might give us a glimpse of dinosaur bone structure, diet, or size, but never its genes. What if we found dinosaurs frozen in ice, like mammoths? Fortunately, dinosaurs lived mostly in warm climates, meaning none have been found frozen intact. Even the best preserved dinosaur fossils showed no signs of remaining. DNA. This makes cloning a dinosaur directly impossible, at least with current science. Part 4. Reverse engineering. The Chickenosaurus project, but what if we got creative? What if instead of directly cloning dinosaurs, we could reverse engineer them from living creatures? Birds, it turns out, aren't just relatives of dinosaurs, they are dinosaurs. Every chicken, pigeon, or eagle today descended directly from small, feathered dinosaurs. Modern bird DNA still carries many ancient dinosaur genes, most of them dormant. This has led some scientists to try reactivating dinosaur features hidden within birds, a process called atavism activation. Dr. Jack Horner, a famous paleontologist and advisor for Jurassic Park, initiated the Chickenosaurus project. The goal? To genetically alter chicken embryos so they develop dinosaur-like traits. Scientists have already managed small successes, like changing bird beaks into more dinosaur-like snouts, or triggering embryos to develop teeth, something modern birds don't normally have. Could this eventually create a dinosaur-like creature? Possibly. But it wouldn't be a real dinosaur. It'd be something new, a hybrid creature built piece by genetic piece. Part 5. Could we bring back other extinct species? But what about creatures closer in time to us, like woolly mammoths or saber-toothed tigers? Actually, yes. Scientists are already trying this. Woolly mammoths went extinct just about 4,000 years ago. We have fully preserved DNA for mammoths found frozen in Siberia. Researchers, notably from Harvard, have already begun editing elephant DNA to insert mammoth genes, creating hybrids known as mammoths. This approach might succeed because we have viable DNA. It could help restore ecosystems damaged by mammoths' disappearance. And it's much more realistic than reviving a dinosaur. Part 6. Ethical and ecological concerns. But even if we could clone dinosaurs or mammoths or saber-toothed tigers introducing extinct species into modern ecosystems has enormous risks. Would dinosaurs become invasive species? Could modern diseases wipe them out immediately? Would they disrupt today's carefully balanced ecosystems, endangering living animals? Ethically, is it fair to revive creatures simply because we miss them or because they're exciting? Many scientists argue resources should focus on protecting current endangered species rather than reviving those long-gone allogens. A long-gone tout. The real Jurassic Park, could it exist? Let's say, hypothetically, we managed to create dinosaur-like creatures through genetic engineering. Could we build a real-life Jurassic Park? In theory, yes. But there are major practical hurdles. How would we manage ecosystems? What would these animals eat? How would we prevent them from escaping and disrupting the modern world? Also, Jurassic Park's message was clear. Nature isn't predictable. Life finds a way, often dangerously. Recreating ancient life isn't just scientific. It's an enormous responsibility and carries profound risks. Part 8. Future possibilities and speculation looking ahead. New technologies like CRISPR gene editing, synthetic biology, and advanced cloning techniques could revolutionize our possibilities. In the next 20, 50, or even 100 years, maybe we'll overcome today's DNA limitations. Perhaps we'll learn to synthesize entire dinosaur genomes artificially from scratch, using computer simulations and genetic editing. If that happens, the question becomes less about can we, and more about should we. Are we ready for a world where dinosaurs coexist alongside humans? Conclusion: so, back to our original question. Could dinosaurs be cloned back to life? With current technology, directly cloning a T-Rex or a velociraptor isn't feasible yet. We don't have viable dinosaur DNA, and without it, the dream remains science fiction. But genetics is advancing rapidly. Reverse engineering birds, reviving ancient mammals. Editing genes, these projects show the future could hold surprises. Perhaps one day, dinosaurs won't just exist in movies or museums. Maybe they'll roam a park or wildlife preserve, born not through cloning, but genetic creativity. We might not see real dinosaurs in our lifetime. But if science has taught us anything, it's never to say never. For now, dinosaurs remain where they've always captured our imagination, safely in our minds. Stories and dreams, at least until science catches up.